Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to take a first look at fence armor. Coming up. Hey Lawn Care Nation, a couple weeks ago I posted on Instagram that I was watching Canada's version of Shark Tank called Dragon's Den, and that the episode featured a company that I recognized from Instagram called Fence Armor. And after posting that, Fence Armor liked that post, and they reached out to me and asked me if I would like to try out Fence Armor and see what it's all about. So I thought to myself, hey, that's perfect. I actually have two fence posts in my own house fence that are actually exposed when I'm trimming. They actually have lawn that grows right up to those two posts. The rest of the fence has sort of a gravel border all around it, and there's no worry about the trimmer hitting those posts. So they sent me a couple of different versions of their fence armor. They sent me one of their full sets that actually slide into each other and completely wrap a fence post to try out and see how those look. They also sent me a couple of these front faceplate style ones. Now, as you can see, these ones are very, very shallow, and the reason for this style is for fence posts where you have that bottom piece of wood that goes along the bottom that wouldn't let you access, all the way completely around the fence post. So you can just put this against that front facing of the fence post to protect, that fence post against that trimmer line. So these are probably the ones I'm going to end up using for that fence because of the same sort of scenario where I have that bottom panel there. So as you can see, this is just a small sampling of the products that they have available, and the fence armor is available in different fence post sizes, as well as they have some other products for things like mailbox fence posts. They're also available in a wide array of colors. I chose the black for my applications to match the black hinges and hardware that I have on that particular gate and fence that these will be installed on. But you can get wood grain versions. You can get different colors to match different stains on your fence, and you can even go with their Patriot line and get your fence posts wrapped in Old Glory if you like. So just a lot of variation, a lot of customization that you can have there, and you can mix and match as well. If you had your fence stained one color but the opposite side the neighbor has stained another color, you could get two different colors and have one on each side to match that stain or that color of that fence on either side. So a lot of different options there. So fence armor is made in a two-piece design, which makes it easy to provide half post protection, or if accessible, full post protection by putting the two halves together. They're also made of galvanized steel for rust and corrosion resistance, and they have a tough powder-coated finish to keep the fence armor looking new for years to come. Now, another neat feature of them is their slotted design there. So when you have the two halves together and you're mounting your screws on the two sides there, so that slotted design allows for expansion and contraction in the wood during temperature changes. And the corners aren't completely square. They've got a nice round edge so that when you're trimming against them, it's not destroying your trimmer line and breaking off pieces. It allows the trimmer line just to sort of glide over that area there. So let's go outside and do a quick install and see how they look. Okay, so here is the two fence posts I'm going to be putting the fence armor on. You can see the grass gets pretty close to these posts here, particularly this one in the corner. You can see that it is already worn out over the years from the string trimmer hitting it on this front edge. So, like I said, I'm probably going to be going with just the front faceplate ones for this, and just to cover up that damage and protect it from further damage. In particular, with these ones here, you can see with that bottom sort of kick panel, depending on where you have that, even using a half piece of this larger one won't work because it won't extend all the way. Now if you didn't have this, or you had clearance, then you could take the 2 halves and actually wrap the whole bottom, or alternatively you can use just half of one, or you can use just one of these smaller, just front face ones, and just use that for that front face piece. Okay, like I said, for mine, I'm probably going to end up just using these front face ones just to protect that front face of the post. Just above the concrete there. There you go, nice and easy, nice and simple. Okay, on this one, I'm gonna actually mount it just a little bit higher because of where the previous damage was. I want to make sure I cover that. The bottom of the post is completely fine because it kind of digs down and the grass is a bit taller here. So I'm just going to mount this one just a little bit higher so that I know I am in that vulnerable area. So there you go, guys. There's the installed fence armor. As predicted, I used the smaller, just faceplate only ones because of that sort of kick panel piece of wood there on the bottom. It doesn't allow for the bigger pieces to go on, and likewise on that corner as well. But you can see it's now protected where it was getting the most damage, at least on that front face. Okay, so I don't actually have a fence post that's exposed all the way to the bottom to the grass all the way around to be able to demonstrate the other 2-piece fence armor, but I do have a piece of a fence post that I can do. So I just set it here on the grass to basically show how to install these. So basically you would put your first piece on, wrapped around the one side, and then the other side. Would just go like that. And as you can see, with that slotted piece there, once installed, and you put your screw there, that would allow the fence armor to expand and contract as the wood expands and contracts and temperature changes. And this would give you 360-degree protection when you're trimming all the way around your posts. So if you have a fence that, say, is set up higher and the whole bottom of the fence post is exposed, or your mailbox post, then you can get that 360 degree protection in those sorts of cases. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you've ever used any sort of fence post protection for any of your lawn care clients, or if any of your lawn care clients already had some sort of fence post protection installed on their fences. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.